like to say good morning to everyone. We officially call our October 4th meeting to order. At this time, we will have the invocation by Chief J.C. Poe, followed by our pledge of allegiance by Ms. Kaitlyn. May we all stand.
Let's bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for all the many blessings you've given us, and thank you for this beautiful day we have, Lord, and thank you for the ability to be able to meet in this setting that we are now, and thank you for the leaders that you bestowed upon us, Father. These things we also ask for protection of all of our first responders and city workers, Father. These things we ask in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Ms. Chambers, are there any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, sir. We would like to recommend that the council consider approving the purchase of property located behind North Oak Hill Cemetery. Russ Robertson will address that with the council, and we recommend maybe that be placed at 10A since Russ will be before you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like for you to consider approving the agenda with the following amendments. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
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 And yes. Thank you. Okay, item number 5, Mayor O'Meary.
Council members, it's an honor to read a resolution relating to the National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have recipients here, and I'll read the resolution and ask them to come forward to receive a copy of the resolution. Whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month was founded in 1985 to promote mammography as the most effective weapon in the fight against breast cancer. And whereas in 1993, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation was established with the pink ribbon as its symbol. And whereas in 2009, Gwenna Boyd was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. Following a double mastectomy, she began chemotherapy and radiation treatments. And whereas in 2011, Gwenna organized the first annual Cancer Survivors Award Luncheon fundraiser and donated all proceeds to the American Cancer Society. And whereas in 2018, Walker County Hands of Hope Incorporated, a nonprofit organization, was formed to help with the needs of Walker County cancer care patients. And whereas members of this valuable organization desire to partner with the city of Jasper to continue to make a difference in the lives of those affected by breast cancer. Now therefore, I, David P. O'Meary, Mayor of the city of Jasper, Alabama, and on behalf of the Jasper City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2022 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in our city, and call upon all citizens to unite to increase awareness of breast cancer and to support those currently fighting this disease. At this time, I'd like to ask representatives of Walker County Hands of Hope to come forward for a picture and a presentation and comments.
Well, on behalf of Walker County Hands of Hope, we appreciate y'all bringing awareness to breast cancer. Every October, we can always count on y'all, and we still continue to raise money, although COVID has kind of gotten in our way for the last year or two. But we still bring a lot of assistance to a lot of needy folks just right here in our community, and we want to continue that on. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are y'all doing the pink bows again this year?
We're going to put some out today, and I think Kathy still has hers, so we're wanting to do that.
If someone wants to get them from yard,
We're just providing them this year,
Okay.
and so anybody that might want one for their business, you can contact us.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate all that you do for our community. Okay, item number 6, consider approval of event permits. Ms. Schultz.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just have two to present to you this morning. The first one is a community block party fundraiser for the Arts Alliance. This will be on October 27th, and they're wanting to block 19th Street from 6th Avenue to 5th Avenue, and they're wanting to do this from 6 to 9 p.m., and there will be music and food as well. And then the next one is the Fall Festival on October 30th. They're wanting to do this just around downtown. It's the one that with all the churches, and they're wanting to do this at 3 and finish at 6. And they are wanting to block 19th Street from 1st Avenue to 4th Avenue, 2nd Avenue from 20th Street to 18th Street, and 3rd Avenue from 20th Street to 19th Street.
Okay, thank you. You've heard the request. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
Yes. Yes.
And yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7, Captain Mize.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here today with an application from Vics LLC. This is located at 305 Highway 78 West. Currently, they have a restaurant retail liquor license, and they are wanting to change and get a lounge retail liquor license for on-premise consumption. And we have no objections to this.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience, pro or con, would like to have remarks on this issue? Okay, if not, I entertain a motion to approve the recommendation by Captain Mize.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
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 And yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 8, Chief Poe.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
Last year, we did our annual calendar sales where we get ads for our calendar, and our proceeds for that was $3,501, and I'd like permission to be able to accept that.
Okay. You've heard the request. It'll be hard not to accept some funds, so is there a motion?
I'll
Is
make
accept-
that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
Yes. Yes.
And yes.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Chief, I need to see you at the end of the meeting, please. Item number 9, Ms. Cook.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Council members, I recommend the awarding of the contract for the 2021 Dodge Charger Pursuits to Stivers Prattville CDJR. This contract was sent to 4 vendors and 1 response was received. The contract for concrete pipe was sent to 10 vendors and no responses were received. The contract for the infrared thermal pothole patching was sent to 9 vendors and no responses were received. I would like to conduct further research and report a recommendation at a later meeting. The contract for the hauling services was sent to 16 vendors and 1 response was received. I request permission to reject this bid to negotiate the pricing.
Okay, thank you. Let's take item number B. You're recommending the Stiver.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there a motion to accept that recommendation?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And yes. Okay, item number C, you're rejecting the bid. You want permission to reject that bid, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And yes. Okay. The others, you're gonna rescind the bids, or?
I'm not sure of what we're gonna do yet, but, possibly.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, item number 10, authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with Camp Mitnick, Attorney Russ Robinson, item number 10 and 10A.
Council members, you'll recall at the last meeting you declared some sporting goods equipment, weightlifting type equipment to be unneeded for municipal purposes. And we inquired about the possibility of a donation of that equipment to Camp Mitnick. And we agreed and discussed at the work session that that could be found to be a public purpose by the council. And I followed up on that, and I continue to hold that opinion. If the council deems it so, I have prepared a resolution to that effect and also an agreement with Camp Mitnick, which is actually Northwest Alabama Corrections for Youth, is the organization. And an agreement between the city and that organization to describe the ways that that equipment will be put to good use and thereby serve that public purpose. So it will be required to be used for that public purpose.
Okay, you've heard the request. Is there a motion to accept that recommendation?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes
Yes.
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 and yes. Thank you. 10A?
10A is a resolution which would reflect our discussions from the work session regarding the purchase of a 10-acre parcel that lies immediately north and east of the North Oak Hill Cemetery portion, and also a 2-acre parcel that lies directly north of the old Oak Hill portion. And you'll recall that that property, the 10 acres, was going to be sold to a third party, and the representative of Simmons Agency, which is the entity to which the land is assessed on the tax records, came to the work session and said he would give us the 10 acres and the 2 acres for the same price. So we have prepared a resolution that would A, approve the purchase, B, authorize the mayor to get a title opinion to make sure that we take title from the correct entity, and C, to go forward and execute the sale. And from our perspective, the purchase of the property, and go ahead and take that in, so we'll have that. And that would extend all the way from the existing Oak Hill to the creek. And there would not be any other property on that side of the creek other than in that subdivision there right past Oak Hill.
Okay, do anyone have any questions for Mr. Robertson?
No.
If not, I entertain a motion to accept his request.
I will make that motion. Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes
Yes.
Mr. Council President,
and yes.
one question.
You say yes.
Vacating the easement, is that another day, or should we incorporate it in this?
I think we need to do that after we get ownership of all the property.
Good enough.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I said yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 11 and 12, Ms. Chambliss.
Council members, you heard a request in the work session to improve a portion of the sidewalk in front of the old Top Dollar store. And it is believed that the cost to provide those improvements is $7,200. And Jessica just mentioned the purchase of 2 police vehicles, and y'all agreed to award the bid. I'd like to also introduce the funding for those as well. I don't believe we have done that previously, so we'll go ahead and introduce the funding for those as well.
Okay, these are introductions, so
just an
no action
introduction.
has to be taken at this time. Okay, 12 and 13.
The next item, our workers' comp carrier has required that the council provide the approval to add volunteers to our workers' comp coverage. Since they are not employees of the city, we have 5 that regularly come out and help the chief when he requests their services. And we just want to ensure that should we have an injury to one of those individuals, that we do have workers' comp to come in and help with any claims that we could potentially have. So I would like for the council to approve the adding of these 5 volunteers.
Okay, you've heard the request. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes
Yes.
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 and yes. Okay, item number 13, Ms. Chambers.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. The next item is the ordinance that's required to increase our garbage rates. We've been looking at this for quite some time. We've discussed it in several work sessions, and the council has asked that we provide some survey information to y'all regarding rates that different cities charge. And at this time, we're recommending that the residential garbage rates be increased from $14 to $16 per month. That would be billed quarterly. We would also recommend that the residential penalty that is currently in place, which is set at $5, be increased to $10. That penalty has never been increased since the enacting of the ordinance that set a garbage fee in 2001. We would recommend that containers, these are the containers we provide to the small businesses that qualify to just have the normal 98-gallon can. We would recommend their rates be moved from $30 to $40. And then our dumpster rates, our 8-yard dumpsters, weekly pickup, currently at $25, be moved to $30. An extra pickup would be moved from $20 to $30. And then the deposit fee that we charge for businesses that come in and require a dumpster, we had that set at $500. We'd like to reduce that down to $250 to provide those small businesses a little bit of a break as they try to open businesses. So these are our recommended changes that we've discussed over the past several work sessions. And we would like to recommend that this ordinance be approved by unanimous consent, because we really need to give notice to our residents in the garbage bills that are about to go out, which we'll actually send out today. And these rates would be effective January the 1st, 2023.
Okay, thank you. This must be done by unanimous consent, as been stated. At this time, I will entertain a motion and a second that the rules be suspended and the unanimous consent be given for the immediate consideration of the action of said ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes
Yes.
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 and yes. The motion was unanimous consent for immediate consideration of the said action. Ordinance has unanimously carried. I will entertain a motion at this time and a second that the ordinance be finally adopted.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Is there-
Second.
Okay, all in favor, let it be known by saying yes
Yes.
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 and yes. The motion for the adoption of said ordinance has been unanimously carried, and the ordinance has been adopted.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, item 14, Mr. McCarver.
Good morning, council. Item number 14 is to introduce an ordinance to establish a no-truck zone from, it actually says here from Charles Bishop to Lakewood. The issue is a resident citizen's concern about the heavy truck traffic comes off the interstate, goes down Lakewood, getting to our industrial businesses. We'll work with city attorney and get an ordinance drafted to post no truck signs so that they will no longer be allowed to travel down Lakewood, which is a more residential road.
Okay, this was an introduction, and we discussed this in work sessions, so no actions taken today.
Right.
So item 15 and 16, 17, Mr.
Introduce an ordinance rezoning a 3.89 acre and a 4.08 acre parcel land located at or near Viking Drive, 20th Avenue, We're rezoning this from business transition to R4 single-family urban dwelling for the purpose of a development of a subdivision, and this is in District 1 and was approved by the Planning Commission.
Okay, you've heard that's an introduction, another introduction, okay.
Second one is to same ordinance rezoning of 5.94 parcel land located in the same area, also from business transition to R4 single family for the development of a subdivision, also in District 1. Also approved by the Planning Commission. And number 17 is to introduce a third ordinance rezoning a 19-acre plus or minus parcel and a 1-acre parcel attached to it located near 20th Avenue from AG Agricultural to R4 Single Family for the purpose of developing a subdivision, also in District 1, also approved by the Planning Commission.
Okay, thank you very much for
Thank you.
those introductions. At this time, we receive comments from the mayor.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Are there any comments from any of the council members? Okay, I'm just, as a councilman, asking prayers for the Fred Webb family. He passed away over the weekend. Fred was a city employee in the Recreation Department as well as the Police Department, and he was on our Jasper Utilities Water Board. So just prayers for the family. Okay, at this time, we receive comments from the audience. Will you please step to the podium and state your name before addressing the council? No action will be taken today, but we will hear your statements. No one? At this time, if there's no other action, I entertain a motion that we adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying yes.
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 And yes.